In our previous series regarding concept and construction of Kerala temples, we have seen some important information about temples. In this series, I would like to take you through some mythological stories and try to relate some of those to modern day science. Before going through such stories, let us have a quick look at how the system of worship started. Lord Kabiladeva, who is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord, explains about 24 elements in the universe. They constitute the material creation and bodies. These elements are different from what you see in the periodic table. There are 5 major physical elements that surround us. Bhumi, earth. We can see, feel, smell and touch it. Jalam, water. We can touch, feel and see it. Agni, fire. We can see and touch it. Vayu, air. We can only feel it. Then Akasham, ether, the empty space which is fully subtle. Next 5 are knowledge gathering sensory elements called Jnanendriyas. Eyes, Chakshus, to see the objects. Nose, Ghanendriya, for smell. Ear, Shravanendriya, for hearing. Mouth and tongue, Rasanendriya, for taste and speech. Then skin, Tvak, for touch sense. Then 5 subtle senses, themselves known by above Jnanendriyas. Sight or vision, smell, sound, taste and touch. Then comes the 5 working senses: hands, legs, mouth, rectum and genitals. Next are 4 invisible elements: mind, intelligence, false ego and polluted consciousness. Time is considered as the connecting component of these elements with soul of an entity. Along with elements, the Trigunas are seen as a source for all types of objects. They are Sattva-guna for goodness, calmness, harmonious; Rajogunam for passion, activity, movement; and Tamogunam for ignorance, inertia and laziness. Out of all creations, humans are the only species to be born with constitution of all the 24 elements. All other living things may have only partial constitution of the above elements. The very first generation of human race lived along with other animals in the forest. Being an intellectual species, their ability to cooperate flexibly in large numbers helped them survive and thrive amongst other species. Initially, the humans did not know the cause of lightning, thunder, heavy rain, cyclone and wildfire. They considered it as supernatural powers coming to destroy them and thought that pleasing such powers will save them from its ill effects. The first thought of worship started there. They started offering seed and part of food to those powers. In my childhood, I have seen my grandmother throwing a wooden seat to the wind god when whirlwind comes. There is a science behind it. Breaking spiral movement of that wind will subside its swirling motion. However, humans could not get the answer to death of their group members. Slowly, they realized that everything exists for some time and after that it will die and decay. They found it true for all other animals, plants, and trees. As years passed, with their intellectual thoughts and observations, they realized that sun, moon, stars, and other visible planets are superpowers and slowly started worshipping them. Later, this intelligent human species learned that the planets, stars, galaxies, nebula are all only a tiny part of the vast universe. And there started the thought that a superior power is behind all these things. But it was far beyond their imagination, not like other things previously that we can visualize. So, instead of going to the primary creation of universe, they still stuck with the secondary creation of their planetary system. That made them imagine their gods with respect to certain unknown effects. Thus came the first Trinity concept of Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, responsible for creation, sustain, and extermination, respectively. Everything is created and will be sustained for a specific time and finally will be annihilated and is a continuing process. I shall explain it with a simple example. Imagine that your mother is making your favorite dish. She needs few elements for that creation. Then she requires an energy source to cook it. But only with elements and energy the food will not be ready. She needs some specific time to cook it depending on the dish. The process of creation in nature requires energy, elements, and time, and the creator is called Lord Brahma. Now, the dish prepared by your mother will remain fresh for a specific time. Similarly, everything we see in the nature will sustain for a limited period depending on their creation. The power that is sustaining it from immediate disintegration is called Lord Vishnu. The power responsible for decay and dissociation till they vanish can be called Lord Maheshwara. As time progressed, worship of other deities was also started as source of various powers. For example, goddess Saraswati as giver of knowledge, Lord Ganesha as Lord of knowledge and remover of all obstacles, goddess Lakshmi for wealth and prosperity, goddess Durga as mother of the universe, Lord Hanuman for physical strength and perseverance. As you go through our scriptures, you can see many such deities and superpowers are considered as partial or full incarnation of the Supreme Lord. However, fundamentally, what we get by worship is mental strength to face and solve all problems. Our great saints clearly passed on this moral message to us by composing various stories. It is said that original Bhagavatam told to Lord Brahma by Lord Vishnu comprises of only 4 verses known as Chadushloki Bhagavatam. Later, Vyasa Maharshi made 18,000 verses to explain it to common people. Still, only very few understood it. But through that, the art of faith was established. Thank you, and in our coming sessions, we will explore the 24 incarnations of Lord Vishnu as described in Bhagavata Purana.